Hey everyone, it's Keegan again. This speech is probably going to be rather short. I'm just going to provide the examples I wasn't able to last week. So if y'all weren't here last week, I was talking about the Japanese culture, my favorite parts of it, and why I would like to live there. A few of the things, or the things that I talked about, this is basically all of it, is the unique Japanese art style that's used in traditional art, the Japanese foods, and the Japanese culture and the landscapes they have. Because there are a lot of very unique plants in Japan. Some of them are specifically in Japan, and some of them just originate from there. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Japanese art style. So I talked about last week how the Japanese art style is super unique and very different from a lot of other styles. And the reason I believe is because their facial features are very stretched out on their depictions of geishas, I guess, samurais, and dragons. So here are a few examples. See, if you see on the left, the facial features are very exaggerated and almost silly looking. It's usually like this in all their forms of art. The second thing I wanted to talk about was Japanese plants. Last week I talked about azaleas and the Japanese maple tree and the black mondo grass, which is like the only type of grass that is solid black and it is not dead, it's how it comes. So here are the examples for those. If you see on the left, that is the black mondo grass. I don't know if you can see my pointer, I think so. If you see in the center, these are azaleas, and on the right is the Japanese maple tree. Now, as for these other two, I cannot remember the name currently, so I'm not going to try. The last thing is Japanese foods, which is my favorite section for sure. Now, if you see on the left, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go bottom left. This is called soba. It is a Japanese noodle dish. The top right is takoyaki, which is very delicious, and it is basically, I don't know how to describe it, but they are these balls that are seasoned very heavily, and it is delicious. Right underneath that, in the bottom right-hand corner, is Japanese curry. The center, I can't remember right now, I'm so sorry. I don't know, but they are delicious as well. And in the top right, the most popular is sushi, as I'm sure y'all know, on these first two platters. And on this last platter, it is sushimi, which is just raw fish. Now, these are some of my favorite foods on the screen, actually. I think Japanese food takes up like 90% of my favorite foods. I also love the Japanese culture. I'm an artist myself, and I think it's because I really can appreciate the style they use. Actually, I've tried to incorporate Japanese traditional art into my art style as well. And I think that's going to be all. I just wanted to provide y'all with a few examples from last week and, save all the trouble of Googling and stuff. So that's going to be the end. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.